Everyone. Welcome everyone to the Dateable AF podcast. This is your bonus episode where Rachel and I answer a question that was sent in to us by one of our listeners. The question that we got, which is actually perfect timing because this relates to our next full episode that we'll be releasing next week. I've gone on a few dates with someone who is a really great woman. I just don't see it progressing as a romantic relationship. I'd like to remain friends with her, but I'm not sure how to broach the conversation. Can you help? Rachel, what do you think about this?
What do I think? I think there are two different ways. Well, there are two people involved. And so I think that it is, how does it feel for the person trying to find the words to say it? Mm-hmm. So I think that if you're the person who realizes that you want to be friends with a person, but you don't feel the romantic relationship aspect of it, mm-hmm. then I think you just be kind and honest and say, I would like to be friends and I don't really see it progressing in a romantic fashion. Are you interested in that? Then there's the receiver of that information. And I think that's, what do they do with that? And mm-hmm. And I think you have to just maybe be open to the idea that it's going to take a hot minute for somebody to transition, right? Because if you're on the other side of it and you actually are hoping it's going down a romantic path, then at the moment that somebody poses the, hey, I just want to be friends, you might not be ready for that.
Yeah.
And I think if you're delivering that information, maybe you just need to give them a little space to think about that and try on a different pair of shoes to see if they're interested too.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I have actually a couple of thoughts about that if you're on the receiving end of that information, one of two things could happen. One, you could feel really foolish and just want to go hide in a corner and not come back out to be friends with them. Or you could still retain hope that it's going to turn into something romantic. And if you're in that second category, I don't think you should move forward with the friendship just yet. I think you should maybe take a little break because you don't want to hang out with someone as friends and then get disappointed every time that it doesn't turn romantic again.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. And but I also think and this will be great for the next episode. I think some people just believe that they need more time and that they can mm-hmm. prove to you that with more time, and that maybe they are one of those people that it's always taken time.
Yeah.
And you're one of those people where it's actually never evolved that way. And
yeah. Yep. So I guess you could just take a wait and see approach. The other thing I would say is if you're the person delivering that information and saying, I just want to be friends, if you do really want to be friends, then you need to be the one to reach out and initiate doing friend kind of things and having friend kind of conversations. If you don't mean that, then don't say it because you don't want to lead the person on. Don't use that as just a filler, like way to let someone down easy. If you don't ever want to see them again, don't pretend like you want to be friends.
That's hard.
It is hard. But okay, here's what I would say to you. If you are struggling with this, I am going to recommend that you watch the show Love on the Spectrum. If you haven't seen the show, it is the most heartwarming show. And the show is about, for those of you who don't know, the show is about young adults on the autism spectrum, mostly young. I guess some of them they're not all young adults, but they're about adults on the autism spectrum who are dating. And one of the things that I love the most, and I will say that in my therapy practice, I work with some adults who are on the autism spectrum, and they are some of my favorite clients because they're so direct in their communication. And again, I'm stereotyping. This doesn't always happen, but on the show, what they would say is something like this, like, hey, Rachel, I really like you and I had a great time on our date tonight. I just want to be friends. And they say it just like that. And it's just so awesome. And every time I watch the show, I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone who's dating needs to watch this because this is how you do it. You just say
it. Yeah, we do take ourselves too seriously. And
yes.
And it is hard for us to be that open to it. I mean, our past guest, Michelle Casanova, I thought was also great at bringing this forward about the woman that sort of shunned her when she was walking up. And Michelle's perspective on that was, hey, she doesn't even know me. So this is obviously
I'm not taking it personally.
Right, right. And I also will say that it is difficult for all of us. I'm not going to say this is easy for me either, being on either side of it.
Yeah.
But that if you back up and go, hey, this is really about preferences not matching. And
it's about goodness of fit.
Yeah, the goodness of fit. I love that term they use. I think it's a great term, and it's worthy of just continuing to put out there, because goodness of fit is not judgmental or dogging somebody else. It is just the fact that that fit is not taking place in the moment for one person or the other.
Absolutely. And being able to just say that so directly without feeling so angsty about it. The flip side, back to love on the spectrum, is people also do the opposite. They'll say, hey, Rachel, I had a great time with you tonight. I really like you. Would you like to go on a second date with me? So they also say it really directly when they do like someone. And I just think this is such a good role model for everyone who's dating to just practice. Or, in communication in general, they'll say, I'm having a really good time right now. I just don't know what to say right now. I think it's so great. Instead, we just feel so awkward, and we have awkward silences, or we try to fill the silence. It's no, I just want to let you know I'm having a good time. I just don't really know what to say. I think that's perfect. So if you're struggling with what to say to someone that you're dating, please watch the show Love on the Spectrum. It's a fantastic model for communication.
Yes, it is. I ditto that.
Yes. So this was our listener question for the week. Please keep sending in your questions. You can send them to us now at Dateable AF on Instagram. Send us a DM, and we would love to read your question in our next bonus episode. But until then, thank you for listening to the Dateable AF podcast, where we help you find your happy ending.
And for the love of queer dating, be bold, be kind, and don't text your ex. Be dateable
AF.